losses, no gain.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. Mahomes now to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play there for the AFC. 42 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mahomes to throw once more. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it looks like the NFC's going to have it, and they do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. He'll have a first down past the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback is scrambling around, actually takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's going to let it fly. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jones. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. On first down, it's Gurley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Face mask, defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about, if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Mahomes now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now the NFC going to take a timeout. They're 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This is Gordon on the dump off. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. One final try for Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So with that over with, we're going to start QB1. I guess we're just going to the football game.
Frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't right it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumping. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah. Like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. What?
Forget you and you.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Okay, here we go.
Ready. 5-9.
Time to clap some cheeks.
Play action. Breeze. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
95-56. 95-56.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And some room to work. He's got daylight. 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Breeze to try again after the pick six.
not doing that pizza.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And I'm definitely going to be streaming the New
For
Year's
Drew
event.
Brees, this is his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's Chris Harris with a pick. And he will score. It's a touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
Myers connects on the PAT. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Let's go.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Oh.
In your face.
3-0, my favorite quarterback.
Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle. Here's the cream of the crop offensively, the starting unit for the NFC.
And coming off a season which saw him set career highs across the board is tight end Zach Ertz, who's been around for a little while, but continues to improve in every facet. In fact, last year, he set the record for catches in a season by a tight end with 116, and he thinks that he can match that number or surpass it this season.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Let him know.
Here's Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And it'll be a short field ahead as the AFC takes over 1st and 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the AFC. 44 yards. They'll try and get it home with Sherman, the fullback. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the AFC adds on to their lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the NFC back out there. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, it's Breeze. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Breeze to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Breeze to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's NFC football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now a draw play for Gurley. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during the, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's 3rd down. He finds a way to convert.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Breeze now to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Breeze now on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, down.
Sit down, punk.
Sacked at the 10. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down. Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Taking it right down Broadway. And at the end of it, he stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? Would he break a couple of tackles? I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people will come up behind you from the side trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle. Now Breeze throwing on second down. He dumps it off to Barkley. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back here right after this. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now Breeze. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
Ready? You ready?
On first down, Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Breeze going to throw. Complete to Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Gets around him, fighting him off. Still churning. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
Let's go! Let's go! Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And an alley to run. And now running right through it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On first down, Mahomes sets up the screen to Gordon. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you gotta like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes buying time to his left. Mahomes hit, he lost the football, and it's scooped up by the NFC. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was caught. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. What a spin. And he is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. The defense holds here on the final play of the half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about...
There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown! Melvin Gordon, 65 yards. And the AFC is able to... their advantage. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like Sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the Sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Shotgun now for Breeze. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Breeze now. It's over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Breeze turns for the NFC first. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Chris Harris, the leader of the Denver secondary, up to make the tackle. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And that's picked up by the AFC. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis. taking the ball away from another team, and no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone, it's a former defender, and he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. James Conner, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6 points. Extra point up and through by Myers. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley of Baltimore with a tackle.
Why is there a beanbag on this table? A.K.A. Miles. Literally, who does that? Literally.
Play action. Breeze. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Myles Garrett of the Browns there to bring him down. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right, and that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham. Nickname, Automatic.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes being chased out left.
This guy breaks tackles.
Oh, now he balls touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, 36 yards. And the AFC just continues to pour it on. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And along with the rest of his offensive mates, here comes Zach Ertz. All right, Charles Davis, what do we make of these numbers and what's happened to the big tight end here?
Well, I think a lot of times we talk so much about adjustments and what you're going to do at halftime that maybe we miss what actually goes on. Because the sense is that, oh, they go in at the half, they just change everything. That's not really true. A Super Bowl winning quarterback out of New York always used to say, you've worked all week on a game plan. There's a reason you have it. Just either play it better or make subtle tweaks to it. Otherwise, there's no sense even going into a ball game. A lot of times that's what they do. Just find a little subtle thing, one little change, and maybe it can make things a little bit better.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete.
Let's go.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he's got this down to the 35.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Antonio Brown there to make the grab. And the AFC able to stretch that big lead even further. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's something out there. There got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. It's caught, Jones. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for the touchdown. Julio Jones, 71 yards. And the NFC able to claw one back.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.